This talk is intended for educational purposes only. It reflects our opinions and is based on our best judgment, but no warranty is given or implied as to their accuracy. Past performance does not guarantee future performance, and no investment or trading advice whatsoever is implied by our commentary, coverage, or charts here. So I did want to, per usual, take a look at SPY. We still got people coming in. Interesting location here. Now this has definitely not been, October for me has been more challenging than previous months. So I'm kind of leaned off the keys here, meaning I'm going with lighter size. And I'm trying to put that in the morning post as well, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. What we've got lately is this range that we came out of. You can see it on the daily here, daily, hourly right up here. And over the past few days, we're kind of coming into this wedge. Now in this area, I'm primarily just looking to observe, as mentioned the past couple of mornings, how we treat this level right through here. I'm watching price action versus this area. A couple scenarios to consider that we could bounce, because this prior resistance band is now likely going to act as support. So ideally we see some bounce here, but I don't want to try and anticipate that. I don't want to try and guess as to what's going to happen. I'd rather wait for price action to prove to me what is going to happen. So when we're testing these key levels, I'm just looking, I'm mostly just looking to observe. If we drop back into this range, I suspect, you know, we can come and test the MA confluence here. There's the 21 and the 50. But I don't want to jump the gun, you know, start shorting before we break this thing and then get caught in a trap, whether it be related to the stimulus news or anything like that. So I've really taken a step back, looking for names in play, stocks with volume, and we'll get into that, you know, later throughout this session. But on SPY, the main areas you want to be watching, or the main areas that I'm watching here, are going to be this 342.5, and then as well as this kind of descending trend line here on the hourly. Now I won't get too much into the cues because I know Mario likes to touch on this, but we do have a pretty similar setup here. The prior resistance band that you can see highlighted in orange here is now acting as support. Again, we want to see some kind of confirmation that this is holding. These two daily candles here, to me, I mean, that some will call this a doji. It's not. It's signaling some indecision, right? So it's not the strongest confirmation that this is going to hold as support. So I'm kind of just staying patient, waiting to see what we get from here. Mario, if you want to go ahead.
Sure.
Take it away there. Make you host.
So, share screen, and that's number 2. Yeah. Okay, and please take it back, because remember we
yeah, I got you.
We may have some people coming in late or something. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the cues. Like, those that know me know that that's the first thing I do in the morning, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Okay, so this is I added a little bit of a color right here. That's the last time that we met. That was 10-5. Okay, so that day we were talking about a range in the cues of 276 to 283. So we were looking basically at this level right here, 276 to 283. We were like, I don't know if you recall, but we were in this small range. So what happened that day? Day after, we gapped down. I mean, we opened pretty much flat. We dropped hard. And this is when we start making decisions, guys. So, you know, I use the 20 MA right here. That's the 20 MA. And this is the 50 MA, right? So that's sort of an, you know, it gives me an indication of an area where I may find some buyers, right? So if we come here, this is the other chart that I use, is the point of control with the volume profile. So I knew we have this support right here. So I was looking at exactly the same area that Kyle shows us in his chart, which is about 280 to 73, right? I know it's 7 points. Again, it's 270 something, you know, so we're talking about 1%. So we gotta be something flexible about that, right? So for me, this is not a break. For me, this this doesn't mean that the market is going to fall off the cliff, nothing like that. We're just testing support. So after that day, we have basically what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. And that move, it all depends on when you enter, but I gave you 10%. So a 10% move in the market, guys, in pretty much 5 days, that's huge. That's big. That basically made the month, right? After that, now here's when it gets really hard. And this is what we've been dealing for pretty much the last week. Okay. From here, you see, I got a line right here. Basically, there's a Bollinger Band telling us that we are at 3 standard deviations. Basically, we're extended. We are extended. So you won't see me buying or, you know, trying to make new highs in here. I know some things will work. Like I said, you know, we always make an emphasis on trying to find those stocks in play that they don't care what the market is doing, right? So, however, just as a little bit of a lesson, because we want better posts, we want to make sure that everybody's on the good trades and everybody's helping us and everybody's making money. Basically, that's the whole point of us being a team. On days like today, like this day right here that I'm signaling, this day right here, you can pretty much buy anything. Right? And if you hold, let's say you make a so-so trade and then you decided, you know, like scalper becomes swing trader, like some people like to say, right? So you say, you know what, I'm going to keep it until tomorrow. And then tomorrow, wow, we got popped. And then you feel like, wow, I nailed it,
You're
right?
an expert.
Yeah, I'm an expert. I'm the best, you know? So whatever, right? You hold it for the next day because you're in the money and then, wow, you got pop again. And then the next day you got pop again. So now what? I mean, you have your calls for Friday, like at 300%, which is amazing. I love doing that. I love leaving runners, you know, all the time that I'm always saying, hey, this one closes over this level, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep me a runner because I like the trade, right? But it has to be in the proper context. I mean, you break in we talk about this zone right here, right? So basically, if you were aware of what we were talking in the prior meeting, basically you have to make a choice. Do you want to stay out here or you want to buy some? Well, if you bought some and then you held, the next day we have the gap up. You know, this was this a tweet? I think that was a tweet day, right? The presidential tweet, something like that. So the next day we got pop, the next day everything's fine, the next day is up, and the next day is up. So you made a whole bunch of money. Now, if you start trading the way we traded this level right here, same as we trading right here, come on, guys, that's like 10% move in the market, right? At some point in time, things are gonna change. Market is gonna change. Market is a living entity, and we have to be in in rhythm, right? In synchronicity with it. Yeah, that's a way to put it. So what are we seeing now, right? We have the first red bar right here. Some of you know that I use as, you know, this red candle signal as a short signal when I'm like 3 standard deviations from the mean, which is the 20 MA or the 50 MA over a short period of time. Basically, this is a short, right? I missed the short. I'm not gonna lie to you and telling you that I shorted, but this is my signal to go short, in case you wanna know. That's extra strategy for free, okay? So basically we have that one. Now we have 1, 2, 3. This day we got down. Of course, we got pretty much into support. We go back, same. This is what we're trading, guys. This is a downtrend in a short term, right? Because the bigger picture is still up. Now, this is basically, and I've been thinking about it, this is the key elections pullback. Where do we go from here? Key levels. That's why I'm spending so much time in here. Basically, we're in the middle. Are we in the middle of a pullback that is going to take us to these levels around here, the 266, right? Or I'm just messing with my platform now. Or is this going to be a move that is just going to come right here tomorrow and regain and start making new highs into, you see my target right there. Sorry. Messing it out with trying to write with this tool right here. So, or is that going to be the move that is going to take us to pretty much 315, 305 as target 1 and 315, right? So our goal, I'll say, for the next, what do you say, Kyle? A couple of weeks? I'll say, probably a couple of weeks.
Till the election.
The election is like this level right here, guys, 281. Okay. Don't be thinking that we go 280, 50 and now it's a short. Come on, it's a zone,
Right,
guys. Look to your left. Look at how many days we stayed right here. Look at all the people that are involved here. You know, taking positions, taking, you know, doing all this stuff right here. There's a lot of people involved at these levels. So what I'm thinking, or how I'm gonna start trading going forward, is I want you guys to write a couple levels, basically a couple ranges right here. 287, 297. So 287 will be the high of today into 297, which is prior high, pivot high, right? And we can trade this one as a momentum if we happen to see it, right? With some good stocks. So I'll probably be long, right? Into 2897. And if we're happy and everything goes like wonderful, we probably hit new highs, 315. So that's scenario one. Now we need to have another one, right, too, because we have this zone right here. I want to call this zone the 50 MA and the 20 MA zone in the Qs, right? If we start losing this zone, which is like 276, right? You can see it right here, 280, 276. When we start hitting 276, I can see 266. So I'm gonna call another one, which is a 283, 266 range. This one, we should be starting trading to, you know, looking to trade probably with the momentum, meaning we start seeing the shorts and we take the shorts, right? Because at this point, I don't know where we're going, right? So all we can do is if we come right here, we know it's 287, 297, and then if we come from here, we start shorting, okay? So having said that, now we move into the stocks. So let's start with Apple because this one looks like the market. So here it is, right? So based on what we just talked about, what I'm looking is we have the 20 right here. We have the 50 MA right here, right? So we expect to have a lot of volume right here. You see all the area that, I mean, all of the volume that, all the transactions, all of the days that we traded 115, 120, 115, whatever, right? You can do that. You can totally buy support if you're that type of trader. But the moment we start losing 113, I want you to start looking for shorts, right? As a market play, because this looks like the Qs, right? I mean, if Apple starts going, Qs may go. So 113 for a market play into 105. Where am I getting that one? Right here. 105, that's like 3 Bollinger Bands. So we should expand a little bit more. That will give us 103. So I'll say 105, we start covering, right? Now, what happens if we go 120? You see I have an alarm right here, right? That's my 120.27 alarm, which means 120.25, 121.25, 121.50, which is the level that I've been calling since Friday that I really wanted to go long Apple, right? Because I'm not really interested in this little scalp right here. What I want from Apple is 120, 130, and 137. That's the move we all want. So this is basically the same chart as the Qs. So for Apple, 120.50, okay? Let me just double check. Is 120.50? Yeah, right there. I wanna basically delete this red bar, which will become an engulfing pattern right here. 120.50, and I'll play momentum for 125 and probably 128 and then 137. Pretty simple. So for Apple, those are the two calls. We start losing, I'm gonna say it again, we start losing the 113, which is the 50 MA. You can have an alarm right here to the 50 MA and just take a shot, you know, just take a shot, just in case. What you wanna see, of course, is that the Qs are following exactly the same pattern, right? Because we trade in the market. That's what we're doing right there. So we got Apple out of the way, and then we go to Amazon. Amazon is pretty simple again. We called 3,200 last time. This is where we were last meeting. We have the 3,200 right here. So we tested 3,100, which was the 50-day moving average, right? Next day, engulf it. 32.25, I think was the call that we have for targets 33.50 and 3,500. So we hit them both by three points basically, right? So the trade was done. Now we're back into the same place. Same trade with the Qs, same trade with the SPYs. Okay, this is why it's so important to be aware of where we are as far as location. Now, thinking let's say, how do I determine which one's better, which one's not as strong, right? I don't like to see tails like this one in Amazon being taken. But I remember that was Friday. You remember the news or something happened on Friday?
OPEX.
Oh, OPEX, yeah, right. So at that point, I'm like, that can be a little bit of a noise, but I'm still looking a little bit more if I'm looking to short Amazon 3172 rather than Apple. Okay, so that's just a call. So for Amazon, I want to see 3200, and I want to see over 3300, right? So basically, same pattern that I want to see in Apple. I want it to show me strength. I don't want to be the hero buying right here. I don't need to, guys. All we need to do is 30, 40, 50%, you know. So you don't need to buy right here. If you happen to be sitting, if you happen to see the reversal, take it, but you don't need to be aiming for this, right? At this point in time, remember, the trend is to the lower, right? Is to go lower. We saw it today in the Qs, right? I posted a chart and I posted that we hit target for the longs, the rebound. What happened 2 minutes after I posted the chart that I said, tighten your stops? Immediately we drop, right? Why? Because we hit the target, sort of like we did here. We hit the 3,500. What else do you want? Okay, the pullback. It's normal. That's the way the market works. So Amazon stays on the radar, of course. Under 3170, we can see 3100, right? 3170 will be this level right here, basically. So we can see 3100. I know it sounds like a lot, but this is Amazon. So that's like 70 points, not that much, but I know some of you guys love to play Amazon. So that's all for you. So for tomorrow, we call it, I think we're going to have to call it media day, social media day, because we just have Snap reporting earnings are blowing up amazingly, finally, you know, because last time it was here and what we said, it was just going to be a momentum call. It didn't really do much because actually, you know, from here, you could have bought it the next day and then don't tell me you sit on that thing for 10 days waiting for it to do nothing, right? So if you did, good for you. But if you bought it last week when we started making highs and you kept some, good for you, even better for you. So what's going on with this one? We all know it's up 35, right? So it's up like, I don't know how much percent is that, like 20%. And it's dragging everybody with it because apparently it's like something to do with earnings or news, you know what, advertisement. So apparently it's good for everybody. So forget about Snap. You can trade it as a gap. If you want to trade it as a gap, I'll trade it as a pure gap, meaning I want to be long basically. So I'll be looking for places to get long, right? That's all. It's an earnings gap to all-time highs with good news, good fundamentals, everything, right? I'll go to pins. So just Snap is going to be, you know, everybody's going to be talking about Snap. Pins is going to be a sympathy play, right? Basically, let's see if we have any levels because this one is 48.75. So 48.75, check this out, guys. That's pretty much 3 standard deviations, right? And it's where we're selling off. So I want you guys to be very aware that 48.75 is 3 standard deviations from the 20 moving average. Right here, you see it, guys? 48.75. So for some reason, so people are taking profits right there. I don't know if they seen our videos. Just kidding. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows the 2.5, 3 Bollinger Bands. So that's target 1, 48.75. Then we're going to see how we react to 48.75 and then probably a pullback. And then we can do something with that. So I'm not thrilled about pins because it's hitting target pretty much. And then we'll see what happens at target. But let's see, Twitter is another gap to all-time highs. This has earning on 1029. 49.45. So we gapping right here again, a little bit higher. So this one, what we had is that we had a pullback and we have a base. I don't know if you guys see this base, but it's a little better. So we may still have some room to go with this one. Okay. I'm still not making the call which one we're going to be doing tomorrow, but I think Twitter might look a little bit better. So 46.65, that was the green line that we have. Of course, we blasting above. So make sure we don't lose 46.65, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an alarm, making sure that I know that I'm not losing 48.65. Okay, so that's how I do it. And then we go with the next one, Facebook, right? I really like Facebook, and I'm gonna show you why, guys. Because Facebook today was trading at the 20 and the 50 MA, right? So we have this is the last time we talked, right? We have the same move in the market. We hit the target right here at Bollinger Bands. What we have is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 20, into the 50. Usually some traders use it as support, right? A reference level. You come right here, you see all the volume that is being done right there, right? So you got two choices right here. You're gonna short 260 if you want to, or you're gonna try to see if people are accumulated. Those of you that have been trading with Kyle and me for a while, you know that we follow the week off method pretty much. Basically what it says is like we're looking for support resistance, but we don't see it as a line. Basically you see like who's there, buyers or sellers. Are they accumulating? Are they distributing? Are they buying the stock, or they're supporting the stock, or they're just looking to short? So at this point in time, I'm like, you know what? These guys are buying. These guys are buying. So that's a trade, right? Into Facebook. So we are at 276. So that bring us to right around here, right? So what I'm looking is 280. That's my main point right here. You see, 276.42, 278.82. This one market, because it may trigger tomorrow, right? We're going over 276. So moment I start seeing 280, 280.45, I'm thinking on second leg. You know, my target is 300. So Facebook for tomorrow, okay? Let me know if there's any questions. By the way, Facebook reports 1029, so that's like next week. We still have time. Twitter reports 1029, that's next week, so that's fine. Pins 1028, Amazon 1029, and Apple 1029. So 1029, my God, I don't know what we're gonna be doing that day, right? It's the same day. It's the same day, like all of them, the bigger ones, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon. I remember last Friday that when they did that. So let's go to one that we traded last time, pretty good. That pays pretty well. Fastly, that was the one that triggered like 2 days after the last hangout. That's why it's so important that you guys are here, because we give you ideas and we need people monitoring this thing, right? So Fastly, that was it. The call was, if you guys remember, I think it was 104 to 120 and then 129. So this is the green entry, 120, 1 day. In 1 day, I missed that one. I get the second leg to 129, 130. So that was it, right? So here's what we got again, guys. You know, if you learn something today, learn to look at 3 standard deviations, topping tail, and red. Didn't I show you that one, right? I did it with the cues. So you got a topping tail right here at 3 standard deviations, a red candle signal. Next day, gap down. Guess what? I'm not the one that want to short here. I wish I would have seen it here, but well, you know, I didn't. So now here's where we are, 83 bucks. What do we do with Fastly? Okay. I'll go to the month. Where's the monthly? Right here, right? The monthly is showing me that we have big accumulation right here in the $21 stock. That was the hottest stock like for the whole year, I think. So it went up to 116, pull back. Look at all the buyers right here supporting at 80. This is buyers, guys. This is buyers. This is people getting checking out, trying to short, whatever, and then getting murdered when we run to 136. Okay, they finally got it. So this is where we got to make the decision, right? What do we do here? Because what we have is we have a lot of volume right here in the 80s, right? And then we have the 50 and the 20 MA right here at the 100, right? So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna label this one sort of a reversal trade. I want to call it a range between 82 and 72. Okay, so we can trade that range. So the moment we start losing 82, we can see how far they're going to take us. If we're going to really test the bottom of these tails right here in the 72s. However, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be that easy of a trade. Where do I get the 82? Well, I get the 82 from volume profile a little bit, 82.34, but mostly from the action over the last 3 to 4 days, right? So we have this massive move to the up, trying to bring it back, and then we failed. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I got this level right here, 82.20. There's my alarm right there for you. You will all to see 82.25. So 82.25, I'm gonna start calling like, hey guys, Fastly is a watch. 82. Now remember, this is what we're dealing with. 82. And you have 77. There's some people right here sitting at 77. I don't know if they're gonna come and decide that 77 is a great place to entry for this one to go for another 100% if it comes back. So it's a fast scalp that I'm looking to take. What I wanna do is I wanna make sure that we are on top of this one if we start going 89, 90, 92, 96, okay? So 89, 90, 92, and 96. I know there's a lot of levels, but we gotta watch it. Why? Because last time it did it, look what it gave us. So even if it give anything like 90 to 110, that's a huge, that's 20%. So I wanna be on that one. Maybe wanna be on the short, but for sure I wanna be on the long if this thing is done, right? Why could that be done? Again, this may be a capitulation move. We went from 136 into 83. Look at the biggest volume ever right there. So I want to see shorts really shorting right here, not this BS volume that they're doing. I want to see more volume, like really big volume if we're going to break 82. With big volume, I short. If not, I'm looking to go long, okay? So that's Fastly with a little bit of a more elaborate game plan. So here's Uber. This one, we talk about it again, gave us the move 32, 38, 32, 38. So last time we were here and we were waiting for it to just go and break. Never trigger, guys, never trigger. So came back down. Now, this is good, guys. If you understand how support resistance works, you know that sometimes they break it, second time they test it, and the following time, whenever people see it, they anticipate the move. So they didn't even let it come down all the way to point of control, which is 32.76. So basically what it looks like, they use the 50 MA just as a trigger. So 34.90, boom. So now what do we do from here? I don't care if anybody wants to scalp it from here over today's high into 38.50, but like you know, for the purpose of this meeting that we have, we gotta call things that may be in play for a couple weeks or at least for a bigger move, right? So what I'm thinking is same level that we had last time, right? 38.53. Because what I'm looking here to do with Uber is this is what I'm trading in Uber, guys. I want to see it 42 and 47. Those are my targets. So 38 to 42 and 47. I know, I think Tanner is looking for that as a swing, right? I think he's even with longer terms, right? I do have, I've been trading, you know, I have some movers since 20 somethings too, but that's the move I'm waiting for. I'm looking 45, 47. If this finally, I know Scuba talk about Snap finally making, breaking the IPO price or something. Look at Uber. Look at Uber. The IPO price, I think it was like 42 bucks. So once we start going over 42, the whole thing changes. I promise you. That's what usually happens. So don't be like, I mean, put alarms on Uber. Keep an eye on Uber. Okay. So 38 it is, 42 it is, target 147, and from there, you can take it to 100 if it goes. So Lyft, we call it as a short. The last meeting, it was right here. We say on the 26.50 to 24. So that's close to 10%. I think it's done for now. I don't want to short it right here unless you really hate the stock. I don't know. But reason why I don't want to short it right here, because we are again, I'm giving you a lot of information right here, guys. So it's versus the 3 standard deviation. So for me, it's like, yeah, I mean, you forgot to short it like 12% ago. So now you want to short the lows. I don't want to do it. So probably this one, if you're into that type of trading, you can do reversal trade, 26 to 28.50. no big deal, but just mentioning because I know we mentioned it last meeting and we have it as a short. So for today, if you really want to do it, you can do a reversal trade 26 to 28. If you really want to go with momentum, something's up, some bad news or nothing, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just go the short, you know, like when we don't know what to do at the highs, just buy the highs, just short the lows, and that's it. That's your momentum trade right there. So let's do some of the payments because I think I'm not liking the action in this one right here. So this is square. And what I don't like is the fact that the market actually jumped pretty hard, and this one really didn't do much, right? This is like 4 or 5 days in the market gapping up 10% up, and this thing went 10 points, which is like 5%, but this is a high beta stock. Maybe because it was extended at some point when we saw it, it was a little extended. So I'm watching this one. I'm watching Square. I want to see how it react to 175. So either we have momentum trade over 194, or I start to see 175. You guys want to short it? I mean, I won't be crazy about it, but yeah, it can totally be done. Okay. The one that looks a little better is PayPal, right? Because PayPal didn't do anything, basically. I'd rather have it doing that. But what I have is an accumulation right here in the 200, 202. So what I have for PayPal is I have a 200 to 210 pretty I think it's clear to everybody, but I'm gonna do it right here. So I'm working with this right here. You see, 210, 210, 210, 210, 200, right? And on top of that, what we have for PayPal is we have 197. I'm going to show you where that comes from, right? Because it's a level. You see it right here. The 20 MA is like 195, but look at the volume that we have right here. So I like to call it like 197, 195. So I think we may have a range right here to work with. Am I going to short it? Yeah, you can always short it 200 for 3 points, 2 points, whatever. But you're facing, I mean, you're coming into a zone that probably is going to give you some trouble. So I'd rather be cautious and I'd rather be aware that if we have a flush or something and then we come back, 210 is going to be like all-time highs for PayPal. So for PayPal, I'd rather play it long. So 210, that's my main call. And I want to see some support in the 200. Don't start anticipating those support lines because if you start getting too early, then you get stopped at 200, 200, at 199, 197, 196, and then by the time you need to buy it at 200 again, you won't be able because you're scared because you already stopped you through 3 times, right? So PayPal is a watch over 210, and I have it as a range trade 200 to 10. Okay, earnings at 1028. They have a conference call on 1028, and they have earnings on 11/2. Okay, I like also the fact that we have a long base. I don't know if you guys see it, so I'm gonna show it for you here. This is kind of a long base. Basically, has done nothing, right? And it's fairly tight. 190 to 200, right? Most of the time, yeah, we have some days that we went down, but we recover. And we have some days that we try to break and then come down. Now, what you see here is a base on top of a base. So this is what I want, right? I want to see if we can make new all-time highs. And by the way, I love PayPal because I use it a lot, okay? So PayPal, that's one of my main watches. Let's do Netflix. Where is it gapping down, guys? 290, what is it? 490 something, right?
494.20.
494.20. See this area right here? It's like 480, 490 right here. 494.20 is like the 50 MA. Close to it, right? Not anymore because we went up, but this is the base. So if we go to volume profile, look at this, 491. So we got a decision to make right here, basically. This is the last time we talked, went up, hit pretty much target. Not really, didn't. So now we're back at 490. What do we do with Netflix at 490? So I come right here and I got 533. That was this month, right? This month accumulation basically. But look at this. September, most volume at 490. August, most volume at 490. July, most volume at 486. So what I'm thinking is we just pulling back. We're just pulling back. What do you think, Kyle?
Well, the move was within the expected range, so not really a surprise.
Right? So I don't know who's surprised about this move, by the way. You know, they put it, and that was a good thing. I know you put it, and you told the guys, be careful with Netflix and those stocks that are about to report earnings, because market makers are gonna make you pay for that, and that's basically how they get your money. You know, and you're paying for this one thinking it is gonna go like, I don't know, 80 points, and it just stays within the range. So yep, that's what's going on. So we stay within the range based on that, and this is usually something that I don't disclose when I do it, but I'm thinking that this might be one of those gaps that I fade, right? And I have clear levels. I got the 494 to work with, and I have 490, which is the low. And if it doesn't work, I get a stop. And if it does, well, I know what, you remember what the guy that did with the FSLY, right? He did it exactly the same play, FSLY gap down to point of control. He bought it at the open and make a bunch of money. If that's part of your playbook, if you know how to execute those trades, be my guest. I'll probably be looking at Netflix and in that prism for tomorrow, right? So levels I'm watching for Netflix, 494, 490, and of course 486 because it's the pre-market low, but I don't think that's gonna even come into play. If I see a 490, I'm shifting my bias. I don't want to be dealing with that one. I just want to see a 494 and trap a lot of shorts. That's it. Okay. So that's my 2 cents in Netflix, guys. If you're new to this, don't do it. Do a Facebook, do something else. You don't need to trade Netflix. I promise you. Disney, what's up with Disney? So, because that's the other 120, 131, I'll say. This is last time we spoke. So it's a little far. I wish we could get it at 117. We don't. So we have a range right here, 130, 120, 131. I have my alarm at 131. I don't want to hear about Disney until we get 131, 133, because it's just boring, right? Here's the reason why, 132. So we're pretty much a range. If you like things that don't move that much, this is your. I call it the snails, and when I'm bored, like I have nothing better to do, some days that I don't feel like nursing stocks, this is the one that I go to. Disney, Walmart, what's the other one I do? Okay, this one, no. This one's my nemesis. Roku. So for Roku, I'm just analyzing it because I know you guys trade it because I don't like this stock. It's a hard trade for me most of the time. So we got a level right here, 221. Now we're trading under that level, right? So look at this beauty. So if you're into shorting, look at the volume right here. So we got plenty of space. I don't want to say it's 185, but if this thing can get going under 217 with momentum to 208, for target one, 208 is just the 20 MA. So I think it's going to be a reference level for a lot of people, 208, 204. And then, I don't know if it's going to go to 187, but that's where volume is, right? So we got nothing. We got the 20 MA and the 50 MA. And this had a massive run, guys. This was 167 to 234. That's like close to 80 points. So that's like 50% run. So I won't be surprised, actually. What is that in FIP? Let's see the FIPs. Let's say we start from here. Yeah, let's do from here. Yeah, you can easily see 205, and that's 38%, 185, 50%. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the FIPS right there for reference. So it's not absurd to think that this thing can actually go 220, 205. Now, when do you change your bias? Pretty simple. When you start going over these red bars. So over 230, over 220, then you start looking, okay, let's go higher. This has more power to go. Okay. So that's Roku. I was going to say Netflix. So Roku, for those of you that like to trade Roku, that's levels right there. You can see them, right? And could be, I mean, could be a good short. Could be a good short if we get the momentum. If we get a bad market, this could be good too. Okay. Yeah. Roku. It's so hard.
Mario, your sound went out, I think. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, he got disconnected. Let's give him a minute to rejoin here. You back, Mario? You there?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Apparently there's a storm, but it's now dark, so I don't get to see it. I was just talking. You just missed the best trade analysis I've ever done in my life. I was talking Roku like for 10 minutes.
Oh, we heard most of it. It just cut out.
Okay, can you, yeah. So you so you got the whole Roku thing, the whole Roku story?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so yeah. I don't like Roku, and I was talking about how I don't like Roku, and I got disconnected. So, anyways, let's go. let's make sure we got that part. So, oh, this you saw the fibs that I traced.
Oh,
So
yeah, the fibs. Yeah.
so it's not that crazy over here. Okay, so that's Roku. Careful with that one. I always tell everybody, if you don't have to, don't trade it. If you absolutely love it, then have it, trade it. Nvidia, here's one that I think might be under distribution. I don't like this sort of rounded top formation. This is the last time we talked, by the way. Market run, Nvidia didn't even reach prior highs. So we have this topping here, right, with the red bar huge and the pullback. That was the market. I remember. I know that, right? So right here, what we have is like we tried, no volume. Volume has been drying up. Last day that we have like big volume, it sold off, right? So we couldn't close over highs. So what I'm looking to do with Nvidia, oh my God, I'll say we can probably have an alarm under 540, okay? So under 540 is the break of the 20 MA, basically the day of the prior day, right? Which is, yeah, put on alarm at the 540 so you can get a good entry, and then look at 536 as target one, just because it's the prior day. But what I think is that we may test the 50 MA and then 500. So I'm a little bearish on Nvidia under 540 to 5 what did I say? 513 and 500. Okay. Now, where do I change my bias? I change my bias once we start going over today's high, 552. Why? Because I see that we may be working then with these levels right here. So this is 552, 555, and then I find I can use this one as support for my next move higher, right? So 552, we will need to clear today's high. Ideally, I want to go long over 562. And best case scenario, I want to go long over 575. So we got both sides for Nvidia. If you recall, this is pretty much what I did with the Qs, because I don't know if this is going to be the pullback that we say this is a pullback for election or not. So once we start seeing and regaining the levels in Nvidia, I may join with whoever's winning that battle that day. So if I see the bulls buying 562, I'll do it. Why? Because I have a target of 14 points and then new highs. And that could be in 2 days or 1 day. So it's good. Same to the short, right? If I'm shorting Nvidia, I know I'm not going for 2 points, right? I'm going probably 540 to 513 and 500. So that makes sense to me, okay? So that's Nvidia. That's my game plan for Nvidia. Let's look at AMD. How is that doing then? So for AMD, I'm focusing on the 50 and the 20 MA, right? Here's something that I gotta show you here, because it's the infamous alligator mouth. So once we start going under the 75s, right, we got nothing. Pretty much we got nothing. We got nothing till the 60 or 56. So I don't know any fundamentals about AMD, but I think that they're like the best of the best and everything like the best. And I know Intel today sold some part of his business and Intel is horrible. So I don't know if it has something to do with semis or I don't know. Nvidia, you guys got the game plan. So basically it's going to be momentum either to the short or to the long side with very specific entries. For AMD, I'm going to be looking at how we react to the 50 MA, right? Now, what's the call? I want to be long Nvidia. I'm sorry, AMD once we go over 87.37, 87.50. So that means, okay, we're out of the woods and we're going to continue high. But if you look at this over the last couple months, we have done nothing. What we have is big accumulation right here on the 50s, big run up, and now we have a big accumulation. So we're still under, is this gonna be accumulation distribution? We will only know when we start testing these 75s, right? That's when we're gonna know like, oh my God, they were distributing and now we gapping down into earnings into 53, right? Losing 50%. So keep an eye on these ones because these are gonna be in play for sure, right? MU is another one that we've been checking for, my God, for I don't know how long. So this one is compression on earnings. Look what it's doing. Finally, we are out of the 46.80 support, right? We're testing the 55. I know it looked like it was gonna go today. My real entry should be over 55. So some of you may want to anticipate, which is fine, but the real, if we're thinking longer term, if we're thinking this is accumulation, right? Like how many shares have they been accumulating for how long? Like couple years, basically. We're talking 2019, 2018, you know, this is like huge, guys. So this is, I'll say, if this goes, well, we were at 46, so 50% is like 20 points, something like that, 20, 25 points. So it should be 71. So probably we go 50, we go $70. I don't know. I have no idea. My crystal ball is out of battery, but one thing is for sure, keep an eye on MU, right? And if you guys don't think that things can run stupid, let me show you a couple charts of the solars that we totally missed after after the presidential debate, right? This is what happened? Something like that? I think it was some news about some regulation or some taxes. Anyways, so that's Jinko Solar. I don't know what to do with that. Apart from crying because we miss 4 years of accumulation, 2, 3, 4. You see, this is what I love, this monthly. And I know it takes time and we tend to forget, and I do forget, and I don't know, like at some point in time I was following Solars and then I got bored. So there we go, 400% in their underlying. So this is just fun. Just, I like to bring this to your attention. So how do we trade this one? Momentum. Basically, whenever we have an entry, we can trade it over 90, but I don't want to touch it. However, I've been following this one, SP, Solar Power, SPWR. Okay. Come on. This one is interesting. Look at the pattern. It's accumulation. It tried to go higher. They dump it, made a new low at 4. Now we just make highs right here, 1585, right? I just got it like a couple days ago, right? So this is the level that we can work with, the $17, right? You see a $17 right here for the month. So we can see it here for the year. This is my whole year, 6 months, I'm sorry. This is my last 6 months, right? So it's pretty high. It's pretty high, the volume that we have here. So we have the move, again, from the 10 up until the 17, and we're basing. So I'm looking for a scalp on this one. If you guys like to do crazy things like Neo and all those stuffs, I don't see a problem with you doing this one. So 18 over 1826 momentum trade. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is 24. My God, what happened? Oh, automatic. Sorry, guys. Ah, come on. Okay. Okay. So some power. Did I lose you again?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So some power, 1820 momentum, target 120, of course. That's like a 10%, and then 22. Let's do 20 and 22. Okay. The other one is Canadian Solar, which is CSIQ. I haven't traded in years, right? This one broke today. So this is more like a second day trade type of trade. Right? So you see the pattern right here on the daily, on the 60 minutes. So 44.90 for tomorrow, 45. Okay, you want to do it. 45, what am I talking about? Yeah, 45, right? CSIQ over 45. Momentum, just a scalp. Those are the ones that I prepare. If anybody wants to throw anything out, I see plug. Yeah, CSIQ, thank you, Carly, I have it, right? Thank you. Yeah, love it. So plug, this is power, right? This is hydrogen, I think it is. Well, I like this one. I like the pullback. It'll be really interesting to see how we react to 15 and to 13, right? However, look how far we are from accumulation. So this is like Jinko Solar too, JKS. This is like up there, like we up 100%. So not a fan, but if it has a good good options, you can always trade it intraday, right? You can see it right here over 1680 to 1760. Pretty simple trade right here. Pullback by 17, 18, 19 bucks. Okay. You sold CSIQ. You were trading CSIQ. Wow. So it does good volume. Wow. Yeah. That's a beauty. You gotta be on those to love them. So let's do space, which is another one that we look. So this is the last time we talk, and we were waiting for space to do something actually. Go 21, go 24. Well, we finally have it. That was like a couple days ago. So what I'm looking for in space is I want to see 24. I want to see this target one taken, 23.97. That's a fib, guys, by the way. I've been using it. And it helped me with the target for space, and it helped me with the target for FSLY too, the 129. Remember, guys, we overshoot, but that's fine. But at least it gives me like a context that I can work with. Space, I like it. If you go to the monthly chart, I like it. You know, there's like accumulation right here between 18 and 20. So it's not crazy. Like right here at this point, and the target suggested by this projection and the Bollinger Band is right there too, is 26.5. So I wanna trade space over 24 to 26.5. Earnings is 11.5, so we still have like a couple weeks that we may do it. Okay, I'm gonna add to the mix of things that I'm looking, and you know, I love trading these ones. I've been trading this one for some time now. So I'm looking for 20, the break of 20, 22, 24, and I don't know how legislation is gonna go, but I'm gonna show you something, guys. Look at the volume right here, right? This is big, this is big, this is big. So I think this is, you know, today was like, okay, whatever. So what I wanna see is an entry over 2020, right? An entry over 21.27, an entry over 23. Cover your ears, please, because I'm buying long term on these ones because I think the target should be in the 40s at least. Okay, if anything, good news or whatever, I don't know what they're brewing. These are the guys with the investment from Corona, Celeste. Constellation Brands, exactly. These are the guys from so these are the guys working on the new new Gatorade with marijuana in it. So, you know, you know, they say they have the upper hand on that one. So I don't know. It may work. It may be worth some longer term bet on this one. So 20, 24, 30, 40. And if we're really lucky, we see it at $60. So just keep it in mind. Keep me posted whenever you see it moving. Okay, for now, over 20. The monthly suggests over 25 to 40. So I keep an eye on that one. Earnings 11.09. So that's before Thanksgiving that we get to hear what they have. So that's one. The other one is Kronos. I used to follow this one a lot because he used to trade very good, but then it just cracked, and I haven't followed it in a long time. However, this is what I'm looking for. Again, 7:38. That's where I put my alarm. 6:50. Let me put some in here so you know that I'm watching them. I don't intend to do anything right here because I know that if we're gonna get a move, it's not like you're gonna be late. It's like CGC is not like, oh, I missed the move because I'm late 50 cents. This is big move. This is a thesis. This is a big. This should be a big trade too. So Rocket Mortgage, with all the things that, is this Rocket? Yeah, this is Rocket Mortgage, right? I was looking at this because it looked great over the 24. However, it starts selling off. So now I don't know what to do. So I have an alarm at 24. I want to see it over 24 once we start getting over this big volume level on the monthly. So I'm only really looking for 24. Right here, I have my alarm at 22.92. Place alarms at 23. Let me know, let the team know that we are at point of control in a daily 23, and get ready because this can blast stuff if it does, right? Looks like we might be testing 20. However, I don't like to buy things that are like under point of control, under the EMAs, probably under distribution. This can easily go 18, 16 bucks. Do I want to short it? No, I'm not interested either. So I just place an alarm at 23, and whenever it's going to give me money, it's going to give us money. So that's Rocket. This is another one that you guys want to add to your repertoire. I love this one right here. JMIA is the Amazon from China. Look at all the accumulation. They try to pop back, now pull back into support right here in the 7 and 10, and we off to the races. Here's 15, which is like right here, which whoever's looking is target 1. From here, what we want to see is if new buyers step in, because all of these levels, you see all of these volume right here. If we start getting some volume over 1740, which is right there when I'm showing, and by the way, we almost hit it today. So 1740, that's where my alarm is, 1723. I may take it, I will take it, 1730 to 21 bucks as target one, okay? This is all momentum. The only reason why am I doing this, look at the volume. Nobody was trading this thing a week and a half ago, right? So it start popping in my scans, like it's in play, it's everything. So now I've been watching it. You gotta be careful with the stock. I mean, I'm sorry, you gotta be careful with the options, but I'm pretty sure you'll find something if you really want to trade it. Okay, so that's JMIA. Another Chinese. Now that we're talking about Chinese, is NEO. For NEO, extended on the monthly. 22 was the entry. So we broke out of 22, and in here, all I can say is continuation move, play it as a pure momentum trade, 28.52. If you like to trade NEO, so you know 28, did I say 28.52? Yeah, 28.56 and 29.40. So you just play momentum. You're just playing daily chart right here. That's all you have to do, right? You're assuming that this is accumulation right here, higher. We put a base, exploded, pull back, and we continue. So keep an eye on NEO. It's worth it. BABA, this is the other Chinese company that we've been stalking for close to a year now. Because when we started, we were talking about this one, and we said, wow, there's accumulation 177. We catch this level, first move to 240, and then we call target to a 300. So we pass our targets, right? So what do we do from here? What we do from here is just write it as long as it continues to go higher. So the reference level that I have right here is, you see this blue line? I'm getting it from here. Like this month, you can see value just went from 272 last month to 302, 305. So basically what it means is that people are willing to pay higher for this one. It's not just right up, but like they really are accumulating this thing at higher prices, right? And we saw it when we were trading it last week, I think it was. Like, you look at the 310. Look at the 310. It couldn't be broken. Here's a note, side note, right? This is the reason why I say 310.50, because I don't want you guys to be the guys buying this thing because you're trying to front run everybody. So if we said 310.50 is the entry and you're like, oh, it's 310.35. Let me get it because I'm so smart, right? And then the next day you have to suffer for 3 days because it drops 10, 15 points. So that's the importance of when we have a level to know exactly when is it that you're going to take it or not, right? Like at this point, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and they cannot take 310.49 for 3 days, that's distribution. They're just selling right there. You got to wait for the pullback. And now when we come back, now we come back with full force. So what I'm looking for this one is 314.30, right? I want it to show me strength. I want it to show me, okay, I'm really going, and the target is 330, okay? So for BABA, I'm looking at 314 to 330 for target 1, 340 for target 2, which is kind of not that big. Should be saying a bigger one, but I don't know. Pen. Oh, Hassam, JMIA, I think is, what do we say? 2017, 21.93, 22, and then 25, I think. I'm just making things up, Hassan. You should know that. Where are we? Baba. Baidu. Baidu, we traded a couple weeks ago, right? A couple days ago. This is beautiful, right? This is the day we caught it. We call it the 129, 130. That was a breakout play. Now, this is a pullback. We saw something like this one. Remember, guys, the last time we traded Facebook after it reported earnings, it did something like this. It did this exact pullback, right? So what I'm looking here is a continuation pattern. Anything over 133, basically I'm asking from Baidu to do exactly what Baba did. So I wanted to show me strength, basically. Hey, I'm back. I want to go higher. So I want to play with you. Why? Look at the alligator mouth that we have right here. So we're here at the bottom. We are close to 133, 135, right? So it can easily give us 160. So I'll be happy even if I get it at 133, 135, 140. If it gives me 160, I'm happy with that, okay? What I don't want to see is Baidu losing 126, which is right here, right? This area right here, once we start going down, we may stay there for a long time unless we start seeing move, but then we call it intraday, right? So Baidu 132 for 139 and 160. Let me write that down. Baidu 132, 140, and 160. Okay. Oh, I'm almost done with my list, guys. Here's the other one I don't like to trade, but I have to go and check it out. Beyond. Beyond is sort of in a, look, this blue line that I put right here is from here, right? So that's like the main level that we have so far up until 1020. So a lot of volume has been done here. You can see here, small one because it's for the month. So this is specifically to October, right? So during October, there was a lot of volume right here. So we have volume and no confirmation on price, right? So it's coming down. Now, what we can do from 183 is we can trade it 183 to 163 right here, which is the prior break. So I'm gonna call beyond in a range between 163 and 183. Those of you that like to trade ranges, you know what to do, right? So 183, 163, that's the range. Once we go over 188, if we do, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, if we start going higher, I'm gonna play a second range. This is similar to what I'm thinking on doing with the market. So I'll go 188, 198. So I got two ranges for beyond. 183, 163, and 188, 198, 188, 198. Okay? So range number one, clear right here. If you want to short, if you like to short it, if you like to buy the bottom, if you whatever, you have the range. If you like to play the break of the range, you can short it from here up until here. Or you wait for the other one and you take 198. Oh, 198 is right here. Yeah, 188, I'm sorry, 188 is this here, this base. 188, 198 for scalp, and then 219, 220 for target two. Once you break 197, okay? Similar to that is Twilio. These are all Chinese, right? Yeah, these are all Chinese. So we have the move, we have the pullback, 520. When was the last time we saw it? 10.5 was right here. And we said just place momentum. So have you been trading this one, Kyle?
No.
No, right?
Not recently, no.
Because he got like spready or something?
Yeah, the spreads, man. You can't get in there.
Okay, forget it. Because I had 330 by 290 as a range, which is like basically from here, 330 to 290. But yeah, forget it. Scratch that out.
I like these software names, but this one, the spreads are too tough.
Okay, so someone is at
Datadog.
I totally forgot about Zoom. Okay, Zoom. Oh my God. Look at that red candle signal again. That was a short today. Totally missed it. Beautiful. Let me take this off. Wow. Base into target, 3 standard deviations, red, boom, under the low, 564, target 1, 530. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I shorted Zoom, you know Kyle, right? I shorted the last time we did this and I made like nothing, and then the next day they stopped me. So I'm not very fond of trading Zoom. But I'll be interested to see how it reacts to this area right here. This one right here, the 500. So 489, 500. That'll be interesting. That's what I have it. 498, 480. It's a little. It's just 400. So let me adjust my brain again. 490 to 480. That's 10 points. That's 2.5%. That's nothing. So I want to see how it react to 499. If you want to short it, be my guest. But this thing is so hard. This thing is hard to trade. So unless you get, let me see, what was today? Let me see if it was a good trade today. Yep, absolutely beautiful today. Absolutely beautiful. 2, 3 entries.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So it's one of those days, right? When it trades, but it has to be a big move day. Otherwise, you get destroyed on this thing. I promise you, it's so hard to trade. But yeah, Zoom. I'll trade it versus 500. I'm gonna write it here versus 500. I want to see how we react to 500. When's earnings for Zoom? Oh, it's already out now. 8:30, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Next month, I assume, right?
So December.
Yeah, it should be out. So 500, but I mean, if you gutsy, you can short it here for 500, 537 to 500. But not much to say, my friend. That's not my type of trading. I wish, you know, my thing was, yeah, December. Okay. So we got Zoom. We got, yeah, one that you guys know that I always look. BA has done nothing at all. Here's what I keep it on my radar, and it beeps every single day. Here's the accumulation zone. So now we heard that the max is gonna be flown between Miami and New York by American Airlines starting December 28th to January 4th, something like that. So we're gonna have to wait to see how that goes. Anyways, what's the trade? Once we clear 175, we go 195, 200. So 175, 195, 200. If you want to short it, be my guest. But over the last year, pretty much whenever we make anything closer to Bollinger Band is actually the best days to actually buy this thing. So, but it's nothing. I mean, it's just trades low volume. Most of the days it's just boring. Every now and then we have like, I think it was Friday. Was it Friday, Thursday that came up with the news, and he did some decent volume. Otherwise, it's just one of those, I call it snail too. I usually can buy it and just leave it the whole day. Okay. For now, man, just wait till we hit 175, 200. The max start flying and this thing goes to 300. That's when I get excited for this one. But to see it move like 1 point a month, yeah, absolutely. What else, guys? What else do you have? AAL should be the same chart as Boeing, so it's the airlines doing nothing. Delta, I think, is a different one. It's different in a sense that we already move of these lows right here, so we might go on balance. That's a market profile term. So you see, like, it's going up. They've just been accumulated at higher levels. So at any point, we may get some surprising news that nobody knew, only the guys that were paying up for this thing. So this one, keep an eye on this one. That's what I have my 33.10, $34 alarm right there, right? So because might be something going on with this one. The other one is UAL. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, you see this one, like price is like flat. That's the biggest difference. If you can learn, if I can teach you anything here, that's the thing. You see AAL, like nothing is here, but Delta, when you go see Delta, you say like, okay, who's paying up for this thing? 26, 28, 31, and now 32. So I want to see what happens when we go unbalanced over 33, 33, 36. Target 1, 35, and then from 35, well, hopefully 45, and I get some calls. Okay. So Delta will be my main, my airline of choice, my mileage one. Goldman Sachs did the run that we talk about for, you know, the run earnings run. It did it again. It does it all the time, like from here to 220 almost. It didn't, yeah, we fell short. So now it's pulling back. They have this Malaysia settlement. They finally have to pay a lot of money because of the involvement in the One Malaysia Development Fund. So here's what's going on. Basically, I'm seeing a little bit of people, a little bit of accumulation at higher prices, 207. So keep an eye on this one, 215, right? That's where my thing is, 215, 230, 240. Could be interesting. Just the banks. I don't trade the banks. What else do you guys have? Wells Fargo, I think, is new lows, right? All the time. Yeah. And look at distribution right here. It's going down. At some point in time, we traded like for this pop. Yeah, but they have so much trouble. They still have. Last thing I heard that there was some employees getting loans or I don't know, something illegal.
How about D-Dog?
D-Dog, I'm sorry. Totally forgot about that one. Yes, D-Dog. 110 for sure. 110. Wow, 110 is interesting. But it trades crazy, Kyle. Like we have this beautiful move, base, beautiful move, down, gap up. So
That was the FSLY news.
this was the FSLY news. Are they similar? They do the same? Oh, yeah, they protection. Data dog, yeah, guard, right? Security.
I believe so.
Oh, I don't see volume. Let's see. The problem with the volume, the way I use it, like my average volume is here. It's skewed because of this big move of 30 million. So now we're doing like 3.3 million, and I want to see it do it 5 million, and here's the volume for sure. 104, right? So 105, let's see how we react to 105. Right here. But I'm not looking to short it at 105, to be honest. I just want to see how we react to a MA, to the volume right here, to the base that we have, to see if this base is going to hold and it's going to give us probably 105, 109, 110, or we can be very aggressive and just play it over 114. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, yeah, you can be aggressive. Let's try. This one I haven't traded in a while. So 114 and for sure over highs, for sure. So let's watch, what was the level we agree on? 100, right?
114.
Yeah, 114, D-Dog. So for Momo, over 114, over all-time highs, of course. That's the ad. Watch your 104, 105. Watch your 105 reaction. Okay. Remember, guys, not necessarily short. Even if we break it a little bit, because look what they did last time. Last time we tested 106, we dropped the same day to 104, and that was like the best entry for a 10% move. Net, yes, I traded net last week. Yeah, I traded net last week, yes. And I didn't know it was Cloudflare. I just realized, I think it was yesterday, that net was Cloudflare. Yes, totally hot stock, absolutely, love it. Net, you see the entry right here on the monthly, 42.62, total miss. Didn't have it on my radar, to be honest, guys. I just traded the second day play right here, at least. So what are we waiting for here? If 57, that's where I have my line right here. You see, 57, I'm gonna change the color actually, because that should be a blue line. That means it's from my market profile. So I know it's a monthly. It's a monthly line right there, 52.20. 50, 57. Come on, what am I talking about? 57, 57.80, 57.80, 58. Okay. So what I'm looking is a continuation pattern right here. I want to see it over 60.40 and see if it gets unbalanced to the long side. 60.40, 61, 60.40, 61.86 net. I gotta add that one. Yes. 60.40 over 62. Momentum. Momo. That means all-time highs. How high can they go? Who knows? 72. Just out of the pure Bollinger Bands, can see $72. Let me see if I see anything else in here. We're talking in 60, 62, 60, 38. Yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till we break this small little downtrend here. In here, yeah, it's a little bit too aggressive. I'm buying versus 55. It's very aggressive. I don't blame you because it's here, but yeah, it's kind of hard. I'd rather play momentum on the day that we see it moving. So for sure, Carly, please keep us posted if you see it with volume or anything moving. Okay. So Chewy, I haven't traded Chewy, but I know you guys are, right? You've been trading Chewy. That's the dogs thing, right? So the dogs thing, the problem I have with dogs thing is that I missed the entry, which is like, look at this accumulation in the 50s, 60s. So looking for a pattern. We hit the Bollinger, we pulled back and immediately we just went up again. So where do I go? Like, what's the trade, Hassan? Besides momentum, of course. I don't know. I don't know, Shui. Just don't order me food from there. Okay, CRM. CRM. Sideways. I think we've been there for a month now. So same pattern. I think I don't have alarm, so I think we hit it at some time. So there's one and there's another one right here. So we are in a range. So 250.50 and 268.50. Okay, how are you guys gonna make money tomorrow? Come on, give me your best idea for tomorrow. Snow. Snow. Yeah, that's an IPO. That's an IPO trade. Yeah. Momentum. 260. Long. How's the options with this one? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Eric, you know what they are? I don't have a platform open.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What are they like, man, what's the implied move? I'm just going to check it. I'm just going to check it just for fun. 10 move, 10 points, 18 points, 26 points, 10 points. Yeah. So you got to have like, if you want to buy 10 days, you got to make new highs. Basically, it's implied like 20 points already. So 20 points is 10% move, right? 8% move. I don't know. Let me do my boring stuff. 260.
Check 3M.
3M. That's still horrible, right? I like it. That could be a good boring stock. Yes. 173.50. Why not? Yep. I'm gonna write it down. I haven't traded since the day that it broke down because some bad news. I think it was the short at 145. I haven't traded in a while now. Yeah, can't tell. It doesn't move that much though, right? IBM is a POS. So
Yeah, I think tomorrow is the social media names.
for tomorrow, I think it's social media. I think keeping an eye on social media and the marketplace, you know, the Apple could be, what was the other one I said? I think I got the Apple for tomorrow. Facebook for sure. What else? Netflix. Somebody's curious about the 290, 496, 490 right there. That's the pattern. That's what we're waiting for. Look at that. Exactly where we want it. Right? Right here. So just give it time. What else we have, guys? Anything we're missing?
I think we're out of time here anyway.
We are about to run out of time. Yes, sir. Okay. So I think we have a plan. And guys, thank you much for all the support. Logi, it reported like beautiful earnings last night.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Logitech. But look at the chart. I mean, it doesn't move. It's so tight. It's like the range usually. So I don't know. I think solars, let's keep an eye on the solars, the cannabis stocks. And for sure,
CGC.
I think until we talk, the next time I think is going to be 10-3, which is past the elections, right? So we will know if this is a pullback and who wants to bet? Are we at 260 or at 315 in the queues?
Oh, it's election day when we next meet.
Oh, because it's Tuesday.
11-3.
It's 11. Oh, it's election day. Okay.
Are we having it? Are we?
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
All right. Yeah, I got no problem.
I mean, we do the charts. I mean, hopefully we'll be, if we're long, we'll be at 315 at least in the queues. So that's like 15% move from here. And if we're not, we at 260, I don't know, we buy. We'll see what's going on. I don't think it's going to move that much, but who knows, right? So guys, thank you so much for your time. Tesla, oh my God, we didn't do Tesla. Yeah, 420 as a level for sure. You can see it here. And here.
Earnings tomorrow.
Oh, earnings tomorrow? Okay, yeah, that's probably why I didn't do it. 420 to 300. I don't think so. What's the implied move on this one? 37 points. So yeah, so 37 points puts you at 58. So it's like right here. And then 37 points puts us right here. So 393 by 450. I don't have a call for Tesla. We'll talk on the room on the tank tomorrow after they report earnings. Okay, guys. Keep it tight.
We'll see you in the morning. Thanks, Mario.
See you in the morning. Not a problem, guys. Thank you so much. Night.